All right, getting ready for a post office counter clerk interview, huh? Well, think of this deep dive as your secret weapon. We've got all sorts of RoleCatcher resources, career guides, interview guides, even some cool AI tricks to help you prep.
It's going to be way more exciting than you think. Like, it's not just stamps and sorting anymore.
Right. So let's break it down. First things first, what does a post office counter clerk actually do every day?
You're basically the face of the post office, right? It's all about customer service, but with that postal twist. You'll be selling stuff, helping people with their mail, all sorts of needs, and even handling money orders and stuff.
Whoa, so mail, money, and people all at once.
Yeah.
Sounds like a busy day. What's the environment like?
It can get pretty hectic, for sure, especially during those rush hours. It's a fast-paced, public-facing kind of gig, lots of customer interaction. But honestly, that's part of what makes it so exciting.
Now for a curveball. We all know how much technology is everywhere these days. How is that changing things up at the post office?
Oh, great question. Yeah, so even though mail volume might go up and down, the role itself is really evolving. You'll be using all the tech cash registers, those postage meters, and of course, computer systems for like processing mail and transactions. So, got to be comfortable with all that.
Gotcha. Tech skills are definitely a plus then.
Yeah.
Now let's dive into the interview itself. RoleCatcher's interview guide has a ton of common questions. Let's go through a few, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, first up, can you tell me about your previous experience working in a customer-facing role? What are they really trying to find out here?
Well, they're looking for those customer service skills, right? Can you handle all kinds of people, stay calm under pressure? Do you actually enjoy helping people? So think about specific examples that really show off those skills.
So don't just list your past jobs, tell a story. Like, did you ever solve a really tricky customer issue? Or go above and beyond to make someone's day? Those are the things that stick with people, right?
Hmm.
Oh, by the way, what does RoleCatcher say about how their AI can help with these questions?
Oh, this is cool. RoleCatcher's AI can actually look at those job descriptions and like score your resume. It shows you which skills to really highlight. It's almost like having a secret weapon against those automated hiring systems.
No way. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It helps tailor your answers to what those specific employers are looking for.
Awesome. Okay, question number 2. Can you explain the process of weighing and mailing a package? This one seems pretty simple, right?
It is. And because it is, you got to be clear, concise, and accurate.
Hmm?
Just walk them through it step by step. Weigh the package, figure out the postage, make sure the address is right, and all that.
Right. Don't be afraid to use visuals if that helps you explain.
For sure. It shows you're thinking about communication. And this might also be a good time to mention if you have experience with different types of mail or packages, like if you've dealt with fragile stuff or international mail, that kind of thing. It shows you, the ins and outs.
Yep. Great tip. All right, number 3. How would you handle a customer who is unhappy with the service they received? Ooh, this one feels tricky.
Yeah, this is where they want to see how you handle those tough situations. Problem solving, staying calm, and that dedication to great customer service. So start by really listening to them. Acknowledge their feelings, even if you don't agree.
So empathy is key. It's not about being right, but understanding where they're coming from.
Exactly. Then apologize for any inconvenience and offer a real solution. Take ownership, even if it wasn't your fault.
And it's not just what you say, but how you say it. Right? That tone of voice and body language all matter. Hey, what about RoleCatcher's AI? How can that help here?
Oh, it's amazing for this. RoleCatcher has this massive library of practice interview questions, over 120,000 of them. And you can even practice answering with video and get feedback from their AI.
Whoa! Talk about next level prep. All right, on to question number 4. Can you tell me about a time when you went above and beyond to assist a customer? What are they looking for with this one?
This is your chance to shine. Show them your initiative, your willingness to go that extra mile. Think of a time you really went above and beyond. Maybe you helped someone track down a lost package or stayed late to finish something.
So it's all about being proactive and showing you actually care.
Yeah.
What kind of follow-up questions do you think they might ask after you share that example?
They might ask about the outcome. Did you actually resolve the situation? What did you learn from it? They might also ask how you prioritize your tasks when you have like a million things going on.
Right, so showing you can think on your feet and manage your workload. Great points. Now let's switch gears to a question that needs some specific knowledge. Question number 5. How would you handle a situation where a customer is attempting to mail a prohibited item? Sounds like you got to do some homework for this one.
Totally. You need to be familiar with those common prohibited items. But then you explain to the customer that they can't mail it. Cite those regulations, be clear, but also empathetic and helpful.
It's finding that balance between enforcing the rules and still providing great customer service, right?
Mm.
What kind of follow-up questions could come from this one?
They might ask about specific examples of prohibited items or how you would handle a customer who gets argumentative. Maybe even ask about reporting suspicious packages or security threats.
So showing you're knowledgeable, resourceful, and you can handle those tricky situations professionally. Okay, question number 6. Can you tell me about a time when you had to handle multiple tasks at once? This one is a classic for any job that needs strong organization.
For sure. Choose an example that shows you juggling all those responsibilities, but effectively right. Explain how you prioritized, stayed organized, and made sure everything got done accurately and on time. Bonus points if you can talk about, like, changing priorities or unexpected stuff happening.
So it's not just about multitasking, it's doing it well and staying flexible.
Exactly. They might even ask you to, like, walk them through your thought process. How did you decide what to prioritize? What strategies did you use to stay organized and avoid mistakes?
Be ready to explain your system then. Okay. Our question number 7 takes us back to customer service. How would you handle a situation where a customer is attempting to mail a damaged or poorly packaged item? This one seems kind of similar to the prohibited item question, but focusing on the packaging, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. Acknowledge their needs and explain why it's risky to mail something damaged or badly packaged. Like, it could get more damaged, there could be delays, or even get rejected. Then offer advice on how to package it properly.
So be informative and helpful, even if they're not happy about repackaging, right? What kind of follow-up questions could they ask?
They might ask about packaging requirements for different types of items like fragile things or perishables. They might even ask how you'd handle a customer who doesn't want to follow those guidelines or pay for extra packaging.
So being resourceful, persuasive, and finding those solutions that work for everyone. Now, before we dive into more questions, I want to talk about something that sets RoleCatcher apart, their insights into career growth. It's not just about getting the job, but where it could take you.
Yeah, that's what I love about them. They really get the big picture. Their career guides break down the typical path for a post office counter clerk, from entry level to senior.
Let's take a peek at those stages. What does the entry-level stage look like?
At entry level, you'll be learning those core tasks: assisting customers, selling products and services, handling transactions, providing info, sorting mail, using office equipment, all that.
So the foundational skills, customer service, attention to detail, basic math, working quickly and efficiently, and being a fast learner.
Right. If you're applying for an entry-level position, highlight those skills. Talk about your experience in fast-paced environments, your problem-solving skills, and that you're eager to learn new things.
Now moving up to the junior level, what kind of responsibilities and skills come into play there?
As a junior post office counter clerk, you're handling more complex mail stuff, promoting and selling financial products, resolving complaints, maintaining those customer records, and handling bigger volumes of transactions. You might even be training new clerks.
So more responsibility and even a little leadership, huh?
Yeah.
What qualities would make someone a good fit for that junior position?
Proven customer service skills, strong communication, problem solving, experience with financial transactions, and that knack for training or mentoring. If you're going for junior level, highlight those skills in the interview. Talk about your leadership experience, how you handle tough situations, and your passion for teaching.
Okay, time to climb to the top senior level. What does that look like, and how can someone get there?
At the senior level, you're basically running the show, supervising junior clerks, developing training programs, analyzing operations and improving them, working with other departments, handling complex financial stuff, even helping with financial reports.
Wow, so it's a much more managerial role, focusing on leadership and strategic thinking. What kind of experience would make someone a top contender for a senior position?
You'll need a solid track record of leadership and supervisory experience, deep understanding of postal operations, strong analytical skills, excellent communication, and the ability to manage and motivate a team. If you're interviewing for a senior position, showcase those skills, talk about your leadership successes, how you improve processes, and your passion for mentoring and developing your team.
That's an inspiring career path.
Yeah,
It shows that this role is more than just a job. It's a launching pad for growth.
absolutely. And RoleCatcher's resources can help you see that path and take those steps toward a really rewarding career.
Welcome back. Ready for round 2 of interview tips.
You bet. Last time we tackled some of those common interview questions for aspiring post office counter clerks and saw how RoleCatcher's AI can really up your prep game.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher isn't just about acing the interview. It's about seeing the bigger picture, that career path ahead of you.
Absolutely. So before we jump back into those questions, let's revisit RoleCatcher's career guides and explore those advancement paths a little more. Sounds good to me. It's always exciting to think about where this role could lead you.
Okay, so you landed the job, congrats. You're officially a post office counter clerk. Now, what are some directions you could go from there?
Well, you could definitely climb that ladder within the post office, move into supervisory or management roles. Imagine leading a team, mentoring new hires, making decisions that impact the whole branch.
So if you've got that leadership spark, this could be your stepping stone to a management track. What about folks who want to specialize in a specific area?
Oh, totally an option. You could go for further education, maybe some training, and become an expert in something specific, like financial services, customer relations, even logistics and mail processing. You could be the go-to person for those tricky financial transactions, or like a mail delivery route master.
So whether you're a people person, a numbers whiz, or a logistics guru, there's a niche for you within the Postal Service. And speaking of niches, let's get back to those interview questions and see how we can showcase those skills and aspirations.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay, question number 8 is a tough one. Can you tell me about a time when you had to deal with a customer who was trying to defraud the post office? It's all about integrity and thinking fast.
Definitely. This question is really testing your ability to spot potential fraud, take action, but stay professional throughout. It's a high-stakes situation, so you got to emphasize that commitment to honesty and ethical behavior.
So how do you answer this without just reciting a textbook definition of integrity?
Share a real-life experience. Maybe you had a customer with a fake ID or trying to ship prohibited items. Explain what made you suspicious, the steps you took to double-check, and how you followed procedures to address the issue.
So don't just say, I'm honest, show it through your actions. What kind of follow-up questions could they ask to dig deeper?
They might ask about specific types of fraud you've encountered or what you would do if you weren't sure if someone was being dishonest. They might even ask about the post office's protocols for reporting fraud, how you would make sure you're following them correctly.
It's all about showcasing your knowledge, your judgment, and that commitment to doing the right thing.
Exactly. And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can really help you out. Remember how we talked about its ability to analyze job descriptions? Well, it can also pinpoint those keywords and skills that are super important for specific roles.
So if a particular post office is focused on security and fraud prevention, RoleCatcher's AI would flag those skills as essential.
Exactly. You can then tailor your answers to really highlight those qualities the employer is looking for.
All right, question number 9 shifts gears a bit. Can you explain the different types of mail services offered by the post office? Time to show off that knowledge of postal products.
It is. Be clear, concise, and accurate. You don't need to list every single service and every tiny detail, but you got to show you understand the main options and their key features.
So first class, priority express, certified, those are the big ones. What about those potential follow-up questions?
They might ask you to compare different services, like, what's the difference between priority mail and express mail? Or they might give you a scenario. Say, a customer needs to send a package across the country quickly and needs insurance. Which service would you recommend?
So you're like a postal consultant. They want to see that you can apply your knowledge to real customer needs. And speaking of customers, question number 10 takes us back to those people skills. How would you handle a situation where a customer is unsure of what service they need? Communication and problem solving are key here.
Absolutely. You start by actively listening, right? Ask questions to understand their needs and goals. Do they need it to arrive by a certain date? Are they on a budget? Once you have that info, you can explain the different services and guide them toward the best choice.
It's about helping them navigate those options and feel good about their decision.
Exactly. And again, this is a chance to showcase those skills that RoleCatcher's AI can help you identify. If a job description emphasizes communication and problem solving, you can tailor your answers to show those strengths.
Okay, let's move on to question number 11, which tests your knowledge of financial services. Can you explain the process of selling money orders? Accuracy and attention to detail are crucial here.
You got it. Start by explaining what a money order is and why someone might use one. It's often safer than cash or a personal check. Then, clearly outline the steps, verify their identity, complete the form, process the payment, issue the receipt.
It shows you can handle money responsibly and follow those procedures precisely. What kind of follow-up questions might they ask?
They might ask about the types of ID you'd accept, or how you would handle a situation where the customer gives incorrect info on the form. They might also ask about money order limits and fees, and how you would explain those to a customer.
It's about being knowledgeable, thorough, and customer-focused. Now, question number 12 takes us back to those challenging customer interactions. How would you handle a situation where a customer is becoming increasingly agitated or upset? De-escalation skills are front and center here.
For sure. This question is all about staying calm and professional even when things get heated. You start by acknowledging their frustration, letting them know you hear them.
So empathy is key. Validate their feelings, even if you don't necessarily agree.
Exactly. Then explain that you're there to help and ask questions to really understand the problem. Offer solutions if you can, and if needed, get a supervisor or manager involved.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to see how you approach these situations?
They might ask for specific examples of how you've calmed things down in the past, or how you would stay positive with a difficult customer. They might even ask about post office policies for customer complaints or security procedures.
So you're showing your composure, your problem-solving skills, and that you can follow procedures while providing excellent customer service. Before we go to the final question, let's talk about RoleCatcher's amazing library of over 120,000 practice interview questions.
It's an incredible resource. You can even practice with video and get AI feedback, like having a personal interview coach right there with you.
Exactly. It's the perfect way to prepare for those unexpected questions and boost your confidence. All right, time for our last question, and the one that often makes people nervous. What are your salary expectations? It can be tricky, but research and preparation are key.
Absolutely. You need to find that balance between knowing your worth and being realistic. Check websites like Glassdoor or Salary.com to get a sense of the average range for post office counter clerks in your area.
And don't forget about your own experience, skills, and the cost of living in your region. What other factors might come into play?
Things like certifications or special training can affect your earning potential. And you might want to consider the company's benefits and opportunities for growth when you think about the whole package.
So it's not just about the number on the paycheck, but the whole picture and the potential for advancement. And we're back for our final installment of this deep dive into the world of the post office counter clerk. We've talked about what the job's all about, how to nail those interview questions, and even how those skills could take you further down the line.
It's been quite the journey, right? We've really broken it down, what it takes to succeed, not just in that interview, but in the career itself.
Exactly. Now, for this last part, I want to talk about something people might not always consider, those transferable skills you gain as a post office counter clerk. Skills that could open doors to all sorts of other careers, even if you don't see yourself at the post office forever.
That's a really good point. It's recognizing how those skills can be valuable in other fields and roles.
So let's break down some of those transferable skills. We've already touched on customer service, communication, problem solving, and handling money. What are some others that might not be as obvious?
Well, think about the organizational skills you pick up. You're managing mail, handling transactions, keeping track of inventory. Those are super valuable in any job that needs efficiency and attention to detail.
True. You're juggling tasks, deadlines, and making sure everything's accurate in a fast-paced environment. Any employer would love that.
Absolutely. And don't forget sales. Think about it. You're selling stamps, envelopes, packaging, even financial products. You're basically a salesperson, connecting with customers and recommending stuff they need.
That's a great point. You're constantly working on those sales and persuasion skills, which could be amazing in marketing, retail, or even business development.
Exactly. And what about adaptability and resilience? Working in a busy post office, you're going to face all kinds of surprises, from difficult people to sudden piles of packages. You got to think on your feet, stay calm, and get creative to keep things moving.
So even with a grumpy customer or a mountain of mail, you're learning to go with the flow and keep a positive attitude. Essential for any job, really.
For sure. And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be super helpful. It can look at your skills and experience and suggest other career paths that might be a good fit.
It's like having a personal career counselor, helping you connect your post office experience to other industries.
Precisely. It can really open your mind to possibilities you might not have even thought of.
So if you're ever feeling stuck or unsure about your career, remember, your time as a post office counter clerk has given you a toolkit of skills that can take you far.
And don't be afraid to think outside the box. Those skills can work in so many fields: healthcare, education, even technology and finance.
Exactly. It's all about how you present those experiences and highlight those skills on your resume and in interviews.
And that's where RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon, helping you tailor your resume and practice those answers to really showcase those transferable skills.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of the Post Office Counter Clerk. We've gone through the job, mastered those interview questions, and even uncovered some hidden career paths.
It's been a blast.
And as we close out this episode, I want to leave you with this. Don't underestimate this job. It's more than just stamps and sorting mail. It's a chance to build valuable skills, grow your resume, and start a really fulfilling career, whether that's at the post office or somewhere completely different.
So go out there, ace that interview, and see where it takes you.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time for another look at an exciting career path.